Дорогие ребята, мы продолжаем нашу рубрику «В гостях у сказки». И на этот раз вас ждет сказка братьев Гримм «Белоснежка и семь гномов» Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
There was a lovely queen who wanted to have a little daughter. At last her dreams came true. A girl was born to her as white as snow, and they called her Snow White. Soon the queen died, and the king married again. His new queen was beautiful, but cruel. The queen had a magic mirror. Every day she asked, "Who is the fairest lady?" "You are," the mirror replied. But Snow White grew more beautiful. The queen hated her and forced to work from morning till night. One day the mirror said that Snow White was the fairest of all. The angry queen told her hunter to take the girl to the forest and kill her there. But the hunter was sorry for Princess and told her to run into the forest and never come back. Alone in the forest, the girl wept with fright. But in the morning she saw many little animals around her and made friends with them. Snow White and her new friends went together through the forest. By and by they saw a tiny cottage. "Maybe the children who live here have no mother. Let's clean their house." The princess swept the floor and cooked dinner, while the little animals did their best to help her. Snow White saw 7 little beds. As she was tired, she sank down across the little beds and fell asleep. 7 little men came home from the forest. "Look, the door is open. There is someone in our bedroom." The dwarfs were frightened. "Why, you are not children, but I like you very much," Snow White said. The girl gave the dwarfs their dinner, and then they played and danced. The dwarfs asked Snow White to stay with them. They tried to make the cottage more beautiful for her. Meanwhile, the queen heard from her mirror that Snow White lived happily in the cottage of the dwarfs. The queen turned into an old woman and ran to the dark cave to learn how to make the poisoned apple. Then she put the poisoned apple into a basket and started her journey to the home of the 7 dwarfs. She saw Snow White saying goodbye to the 7 little men as they marched to work. The queen gave Snow White the poisoned apple. The girl fell down. The frightened animals ran to the dwarfs for help. The dwarfs found Snow White lying as if asleep. The dwarfs built Snow White a bed of crystal and gold in the forest and kept watch there night and day. A handsome prince heard about the lovely princess asleep in the forest and rode there to see her. At once he knew that he loved her truly. The prince knelt and kissed Snow White. The girl awoke and saw the prince of her dreams. They said goodbye to the kind dwarfs and rode off to their castle of dreams come true. And this is the happy end of the fairy tale.